I am Marlene Motivates, and welcome to the Motivated podcast, where we have self improvement, motivation, and mindset shifting. Make sure you tune in. And if you're new to the Motivated podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any future uploads.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
So, today on the Motivated podcast, we're going to be speaking on the topic it's easy to judge others. Now, isn't that a mouthful? Instead of us being open to others, the easiest thing for us to do is to pass judgments on another human being. So, what does judge even mean? Judge means to form an opinion or come to a conclusion about something. Now, judging doesn't require much effort. It doesn't. Judging doesn't require much effort, but it's something that we all do. We all do it. We all pass judgments on others. We all do things that we shouldn't. It means that we need to put some effort into our thinking. Our brains are wired to make us judge others' behavior. Let's get into the first point. It's I should say, it's easier to think we know all the facts rather than getting the facts. So if we don't get information from the source, don't trust it. People may be well meaning to say something about somebody to maybe just inform another person, but we can be caught up in spreading gossip and lies. And what the after effects, the harm that the tongue can cause from a lie, from someone, the trust being broken from another person. And that's not something that can be easily fixed with just the words, I'm sorry. I'm sorry is not good enough. So if we don't know really who is the source, you haven't heard it straight from the source, then don't say it and don't spread it. Make sure you're getting it from the person that you're speaking on. Point number two, we also make judgments about others because it makes us feel more important or superior than another. So we are all amazing human beings. And we must ask ourselves why? Why have I lessened another human being to make myself seem greater than them? We are all important individuals. We all have special talents and gifts. So why can't we just uplift and upbuild another? Okay. Point number three, we judge others because we want to please other people. We want to be the yes person. And at the end of the day, the yes person never wins. The yes person never wins. We see others doing something and we wish we could do that which they do so naturally. It stems from envy, jealousy, and those aren't good qualities for us to keep. And we have to identify, why do I feel this way? Why do I want to have somebody else's gift when I have my own? This is something that we have to ask ourselves. Why do I want someone else's gifts when I have my own? So we have to think about those things before we are judging other people. Would we want the same thing to come back to us? Treat people the way that we would like to be treated, okay? If you want to be treated kindly, do the same. Point number 4, judgments stem from fears, and fears that they believe are true of themselves. So, so we are trying to protect what they have not dealt with. You project what you have not dealt with inside of yourself. So until you fix yourself, you cannot truly be in your full self-awareness. See, that judgment, it's that fear that you're projecting onto other people. You make people feel less than, smaller, like nobody, when really the question is, why do I feel this way about myself? That's a good question. Why do we feel this way about ourselves? Because a person who is in their full self awareness does not have to project. They're happy for others. They know how to celebrate another person. They know how to uplift and upbuild another person without it taking away from our shine. Yes, each of us has a light that is from within. But what do we choose to do with that light? What do we choose to do with the gifts that we have, the talents that we have? All of those are questions that we need to ask ourselves. So, point number 5, to judge others, it shifts the blame of our wrongs. And I can say this 100% was true in my case. I used to put judgments on other people to shift the blame from the wrong things that I did because I didn't want to admit that I was wrong. I wanted to be perfect at all times. And none of us are perfect. We each do wrong. We each hurt one another. So, what would it take for us to be kind to another person, to be supportive, compassionate? Kindness is free. It does not cost you anything to be kind to another person. This conversation was had to bring awareness to having healthy thoughts about ourselves. Because the more that we take a dive into our inner self and find out, why do we say the things that we say? Why do we treat people the way we treat them? And if it's something that is unhealthy, we need to address it. It's not anybody else's problem that they have worked on themselves, that they have put in the work, that they are talented, that they have the life that they have. We should not be jealous of another person. It says a lot about ourselves. We have to start working on healthier ways instead of how it used to be back in the day, the old fashioned way. Hold everything inside. Bottle up all your pain, bottle up all your anger, ignore it until one day you just have an outburst. That's not good for you. It's not good for your blood pressure. And it's not good because other people will not want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around a person who is bitter and angry and jealous and conniving and seeks ways to bring somebody else down. We should never want to bring somebody else down to make us feel good about ourselves. So at the end of the day, we can do better. We can do better than the past. We can do better than people in our circle, but it starts with us. We have to want to do better in order for our life to be better. It's about self control. Remember, you're an important individual, and so is that person. Now, I don't mean for you to be a doormat to other people, because I've heard this conversation as well. If you are doing something, people will say, "You're jealous of me." No, that's not jealousy. That's projecting, okay? So, point number 6, you never know what someone else is going through. Ooh, this is a deep one. This is deep waters. You never know what someone is going through. You never know what baggage someone is carrying. You never know the hurt. You never know the sadness. You never know what just one simple act of kindness, just a little bit of compassion. Sometimes the things that you think are nothing are a big deal to another person. I always say you find out who a person really is when they're pressed, when they're tested. It's all about what you choose to do with your life, how you choose to talk to another person. Are you going to elevate others, or are you going to deflate them? It's all a personal choice. And we can be the person that can cause another person to want to go on for another day. You never know if somebody is right on the brink of unaliving themselves. You never know the things that people are dealing with because they will never tell you. You never know, a person could be dealing with deep depression. They could be on their last dollar in their bank account. They could not have one friend in this world, and all it will take is one act of kindness. Even I will say that, sometimes it could just be a lack of communication. It could be a communication barrier. Maybe we think we understood something to be a certain way, and it was a completely different thing. So it's not always jealousy. Sometimes it's a lack of communication. So ask the question, when you said this, is this what you meant? When we do that, we give other people back their respect. You give people back their dignity, and everybody deserves that. You deserve to be respected, and so does another person. So, everybody, don't let other people and their judgments, it's so easy to judge another person. It's so easy to do that, but it would be so much nicer if we didn't. Remember, love starts with you. You have to love yourself before you can love others. I am Marlene, and I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And you have just tuned into the Motivated Podcast, where we speak on inspiration, motivation, mindset shifting, and positivity every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I thank you so much for joining me, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. How do you cope with jealousy? I would love to hear from you. And like I always say, every single video, live stream, and upload, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.